we're back with an OP Barbarian King deck, and the deck is the Barb King, the Valk, the Dagger Goblin, the Healing Ranger, the Prince, and the Miner. Super strong deck. This is the deck I'm having the most fun with and success on the leaderboards, and as always, we've got a couple of replays so you can see this deck in action. So we're in against Louis, and he's playing the Archer Queen, still a decent hero inside the meta. But with this deck, you've got a nice variety. You've got the Miner to push to the back of the board because the Fisherman can't reach the back of the board no more. And then we've got the Healing Ranger with the Unstoppable, and we've got the Valk with the Anti-Heal. It's a nice mix. I'm not winning every match, but I've won a lot more than what I've lost with this deck. It's a nice variety, good against a mixture of heroes. But against the Archer Queen, I come in and I place my minis like this. I place the Barb King in the centre lane with my Healing Ranger at the back because a lot of Archer Queen players play the Magic Archer in the corner. So the Pierce can avoid my Healing Ranger, placing my mini and hero that way in round one. In round one, Louis is going to take from me. You might have been able to pinch round one if you come in with the 1-star Healing Ranger with the additional health. But round one goes to Louis. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to focus my upgrades against the Archer Queen on my Miner and my Healing Ranger. And I kept forgetting as well that the Prince doesn't stun his cell now when he misses. I kept forgetting that with the balance changes. So while I was getting used to this deck, I needed to remember that because it come in clutch. And I quite like the change to the pony as well. And don't sleep on the pony because when the Barb King's ability goes off, the pony can do some nice damage. So we come in round two, I 3-star that Miner right up, and I go for the additional heal on the Healing Ranger. Going into round two, Miner pushes to the back of the board. Look at the damage he's doing. We've got the heal going off from the Healing Ranger. Barb King goes to ability, and that is a quick and easy round two for me against this Archer Queen player. So going into the next rounds, I want to focus my upgrades on my Healing Ranger. That's what I found most effective against the Archer Queen with this deck. 3-star Healing Ranger, 3-star Miner, and then we'll see what he's going to play. We had a round apiece. I don't want to dive in too quick and put all my minis on the board too early. You know, because I don't know what minis he's got. I've only seen a 2-star Magic Archer and his Archer Queen so far. So we're waiting for the opponent. Please remember, if you are ready, hit that ready up button just to speed things along, my friends. So we're going into round three. He has fetched on the Giant Skelly. But again, we've got that 3-star Healing Ranger, and we've got the Miner pushing to the back of the board, dealing some nice damage. 3-star Marcher doing work though for Louis. But not enough work because we're coming to take round number 3 quite easily. Full health Miner, full health Healing Ranger, and the Barb King just on his last legs there at the end of round number 3. So going into round number 4, I've got options, and I'm thinking, should I hit this Giant Skelly with my Prince and knock it back? You know, just in case he upgrades his Giant Skeleton. Or we've got the Valk and we've got the Dagger Goblin, but I don't want to commit too early. I am a round ahead. I've only seen 2 of his minis. I want to see what he does, so I'll just skip this round and leave things as they are. And who knows, I might even win and come in clutch and win 3 rounds to 1. But we just leave things as they are. He fetches on the Prince and the Ice Wizard. You do see the animation for the Ice Block. That is a bug. You don't get the Ice Block. It does now grant a shield to its adjacent allies. But he has fetched on the Prince, he has fetched on the Ice Wizard, and this is why I've got the Healing Ranger in the deck with the Unstoppable. Comes in clutch against the Ice Wizard. And he has 3-starred his Magic Archer up there as well. And it is going to be a round number 4 win to Louis. And we're going into the 5th and final round with it all to play for. But I know where his minis are. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the Prince down, target his Archer Queen, because I want that ability to go off as early as I can, the invisibility from the Archer Queen. So I'll put my Prince down. I do put my Valk there because sometimes the Prince can actually charge and hit the Miner when it's on the front row. I don't know if that's a bug. Because sometimes when I've been playing, I've had my Miner at the back and the Prince actually missed my Miner, but sometimes it's hit. So I don't want to risk it, so I'll put my Valk there just to cover that Prince, and then I go for the upgrade, extra damage and the pony upgrade on my Prince. So we get that damage right at the start on his Archer Queen. Miner pushes to the back of the board. We're doing some nice DPS at the back of the board there. We've got the pony doing some nice damage against his Magic Archer. Valk pushes up. We've got the King as well. And we've got the Healing Ranger just surviving, putting life back into my Barbarian King. Keeping him alive, pushing to the back of the board. And he's going to go to the back, deal with the Ice Wizard and the Archer Queen. And we're going to win 3 rounds to 2 against the Archer Queen deck. GG's. And the next game is against a Shield Maiden player, Big Father. And I am seeing a lot of Shield Maidens on the leaderboard as well. But this is partly why we've got the Valk inside that deck, because Shield Maiden players usually play a healer inside their deck, and we've got the anti-heal going on the Valk if we need it. And also we've got the anti-heal on the Dagger Goblin as well, who's actually super OP as well inside the meta. So round 1 against the Shield Maiden, I like coming on with my Healing Ranger with the upgrade where it gives additional health on spear toss. So he didn't play any minis round number 1. Often you see a lot of players do this, but luckily for us as well, we placed our minis outside of the healing of the Shield Maiden's clash ability. So we don't get that sort of debuff on our minis there. Going into rounds number 1 should be an easy win for us. Healing Ranger doing work. Barbarian King chipping away at that Shield Maiden. Easy round number 1 win for us there. And what is he going to do going into round number 2? So I do suspect he has got a healer, like I says. So I'm a round up. I'm not going to take things too quickly. Just doing a bit of shopping there, cleaning things out. I think I might need my miner, so I'll keep that in my deck. And I'll just keep things as they are from round 1. I don't need to commit. He needs to commit now because he's a round behind. So we're going into round number 2. Who knows, I might pick round number 2 just with the Healing Ranger and Barb King. Chances are slim, but hey-oh. So we're going into round number 2, and he fetches on the 2-star Pecker. It was OP, and the Dark Goblin tucked at the back. And again, that's why the miner's so imperative inside this deck, because the miner can push to the back of the board. Once he gets that buff off the Barb King, deals some nice damage. It's going to be an easy round number 2 win for Big Father. With this Pecker, dealing massive damage on the Dark Goblin. And again, you often see a lot of shield players rocking the Dark Goblin inside their decks. But again, we've got the miner, so I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to fetch on the miner, push the back of the board, help deal with that Dark Goblin. And we'll go for the additional upgrades to the miner, the backstab, just to get a bit of extra DPS on that Dark Goblin, because they can once that attack tempo builds up on that Dark Goblin, he can shred your deck. And we've also got the Dagger Goblin coming on, and I'm going for the 2-star Dagger Goblin just to help chip away at that Pecker, and also get some anti-heal going if I need it, which I'm guessing I will in the later rounds. So I've got the 2-star miner pushing up to the back of the board. He has 2-starred his Dark Goblin up, look. There goes my Healing Range, a bit of life back into my units. Dagger Goblin chipping away at that Pecker, which is what we want. And my miner taking his Dark Goblin right out of the equation. And we're left with all my minis in hero against a Shield Maiden. This should be an easy round number 3 win for me. Just as you like it, guys. Easy round number 3 win. So I've got options. I'm thinking I can fetch on my Prince. Maybe target his Pecker and hope that he doesn't 3-star it. Maybe not the smartest move. So I'll go for the 3-star miner, obviously, to try and deal with this Dark Goblin. It's the only real mini I've got to get to the back of the board, along with my Prince. And we'll go for the 3-star Healing Ranger. I'm absolutely loving the Healing Ranger inside this meta. I mean, the Ice Wizard was such a pesky mini to play against, but obviously we've got this buff coming into the unstoppable duration of the Healing Ranger. And he's fetched on the Battle Healer and the Healing Ranger. And this is why we keep the Valk hidden inside the deck. But look at that. We've got the Shield Maiden at the back, it being dissipated by my 3-star miner. Takes out his Dark Goblin. My Dagger Goblin going absolutely nuts. 3-star Healing Ranger, putting life back into all my units. And just as you like it, 3 rounds to 1 against this Shield Maiden deck. GG's.